No, ever touch me the way that you touch me, you baby. Better on the flight, so when the one she like come to and I be spending night with sight from the king of the thing, you that's my
107.1 FM. You are listening to the Hit Music Radio Station.
In case you don't know, everybody got them here. It's time for the game. Check 1, 2, move to the dance floor. Yeah, music, so good. It is a baby. Time for the game. Let your body go.
Good morning, Monrovia. Good morning, Abel. Good morning, Rabos Field. Good morning, Rabos Sport. Good morning, Tudota. Good morning, Salala. Good morning, Macaque City. Good morning, Totmanburg. Good morning, Clay. Good morning, Waterside. Good morning, Riverside. Good morning, Bapulu. Good morning, Buchanan. Good morning, La. Good morning, Carweb. Good morning, Brewerville. Virginia, Camp David. My river LJ 650 on the Monday morning on Sky 107.1 FM with this topic. Why is Liberia vying for one of the 3 non-permanent seats of the United Nations Security Council for Africa? What is the big deal in vying for a seat that is non-permanent and that does not have a veto power? What does Liberia bring to the table of the United Nations Security Council for Africa? Our special studio guest is Ambassador Louis G. Brown, Liberian envoy to the United Nations, and my co-host is Matthias Labembi. My name is T. Max. I'm the grandson of my grandfather. Then 50-50, you just can be the experience. We'll be back right after the theme song.
Who's the black private dick that's a sex machine, dog?
Your lesson and your registration, please, man.
The way my license expire, I really can't see it. What kind of trouble this? Yeah, man.
Man, your lesson expire. Unfortunately, we have to tow your car and issue you a ticket.
Yeah, man. Sorry, oh. That line can be too long to renew license. Myself, I can forget. I beg you, man. I will not wait again. Just let me go. You know me. Let me go now.
Sorry, man. My job is to keep you safe in the general public. Plus, there's a new place to renew your lesson and all your vehicle needs. It's very fast there. Everything can be done right there on the same day. It's called Liberia Traffic Management. It's right at the SKD.
Liberia Traffic Management?
Yes, man.
I can register my keke and pimpim there, but I get keke and pimpim running in traffic.
Yes, man. All your vehicles.
Okay, oh. So no way for my car, eh? You will still tow it?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry, but it's for everyone's good. We have to keep the road safe. Go to Liberia Traffic Management. You can get your car back today. Let me give you that number. 0770-900-080. Or better still, 0888-900-070. Liberia Traffic Management, the only authorized institution to provide this service.
Thank you, officer. I go in Nana.
Liberia Traffic Management, the driving and road safety solution enforced by the Liberia National Police.
Bank Liberia is making banking easier with the LRD Express account. Open an EcoBank Express account in Liberian dollars today and receive a free initial deposit from the bank direct to your new account. Yes, make a deposit of 3,500 Liberian dollars or 500 Liberian dollars in your Express account. Maintain the deposit until February 18, 2025 and be among the first 1,000 persons to get additional credits. For every $3,500 deposit, you stand a chance to get additional $1,500 credit to your account. And for every $500 deposit, you stand a chance to get additional $500 credit to your account. Amazing, isn't it? Download the EcoBank app on your phone or visit any EcoBank branch or Express point to open your Express account. Existing Express account holders can also deposit at the start of the promotion to receive a free top-up. With the EcoBank LRD Express account, banking is made even easier. No stress, no wahala. This promotion lasts till February 18, 2025. Terms and conditions apply. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Got car troubles? Don't stress. Drive into Uptown Garage. From quick oil changes to complete engine overhauls, we've got you covered. Our skilled mechanics use the latest technology to diagnose and fix your car right the first time. Need tires, brakes, or just a tune-up? We'll get you back on the road, safe and sound. Convenient, affordable, reliable. That's Uptown Garage. Your satisfaction is our top priority. Visit us today at Broad and Nelson Streets. You can also find us on RIA Road, Rehab. Uptown Garage, where your car gets the care it deserves. Relax. Our well house is full of everything that you will never go out of spare parts. It's more than just service. It's the Uptown experience. Visit us today and see why we're the name you can trust. Uptown Garage, driving excellence every day.
Uptown Garage, where they fuel your dreams. Rated will make it shine. Fix you right, make it run divine. Turning every breakdown into hope. Every engine finds its new scope. This is the time we come together to keep our country safe forever. So open up your hearts, let a true love come right in. 'Cause love is all we need to make us dance. Sweet Liberia.
My dear, the UN Security Council, that the highest decision-making body of the UN. Yo, the whole world respect them, and when they talk, the whole world can listen.
The Liberia won't be part of this UN Security Council. That true?
Yes, the UN will be having election this June 2025. If Liberia win and become a member, they will be there for 2 years from 2026 to 2027. And it will make plenty good things to happen for our country.
What's some of the good things that will happen for our country?
People in other countries will want to talk with us, be our friends, and invest in Liberia. Yo, at the same time, Liberia will get voice in the world to make decisions, and other countries will listen to us. Yes, man. And that's all.
What's in it?
When Liberia be member of the UN Security Council, business people from other countries will be happy to come open companies in Liberia, and plenty people will get jobs. Yes, so Liberia will also be getting money for development. Tourism will improve, and all the other countries then in Africa will respect Liberia because they will see us as their leader.
But Pastor Will,
Yeah,
you really think Liberia will make it to be member of that UN Security Council?
Already, some countries and organizations in Africa finish giving their support to Liberia to win the seat. Yeah, thank God for that. All we need to do in Liberia is to join hands together with our leaders so the whole world can know, say, the Liberian people serious to be part of the UN Security Council, and we're ready for development.
So what we the Liberian people want to do to really help our country?
This coming Monday, February 10, the President of Liberia and the officials of government will be launching our country's intention to join the UN Security Council. And the program will take place at the Centennial Pavilion on Ashmont Street, and it will start around 2 o'clock p.m. Let's rally with our government.
I can come too.
Come, the students, market women, political leaders, trade unions, and all other Liberian citizens are welcome to the program.
I will be there and I call on all the young people,
Yes, sir.
women's group, and all Liberians to join us at the Centennial Pavilion this Monday, February 10 at 2 p.m. for the launch of Liberia's bid to be a member of the United Nations Security Council.
Let's support our country to win a seat at the UN Security Council. Come to the program Monday, February 10th at the Centennial Pavilion. See you! A message from the Ministry of Information, Culture, and Tourism.
Escape to paradise, where every moment is a cherished memory waiting to be made. Welcome to Avino Hotel, your serene sanctuary amidst breathtaking beauty. Our special rooms and suite offer a heaven of comfort, each with its own private balcony to immerse you in nature's splendor. Indulge in a world-class dining where our African and Western cuisine meets natural elegance. Avino Hotel, located in the heart of Gompa City and Yekepa. Visit today and enjoy your stay. 24 hours of bill service. Avino Hotel, we got a great hall for all your meeting and provide a comfortable sitting facility and catering services. Why? At Avino Hotel, you can visit our state-of-the-art casino as you watch out for our sky pool coming very soon. You can even visit our bar and get a refreshing cold and icy drink. The Avino Hotel offers an enchanting experience of every traveler, making every stay a dream come true. When a day turns into night, our hotel comes alive. Avino Hotel, the heartbeat of Gompa and Yekepa City, the twilight of hospitality. No matter the occasion, we have the perfect seating for celebration and unforgettable moments. Avino Hotel, where luxury meets nature and memories last a lifetime. Come, experience the tranquility and beauty that only Avino Hotel can offer.
Thank you very much. Back on 50-50, I got 3 newspapers, the New Liberia, the Verite newspaper, as well as the front page newspaper. Let's begin with the, let's start with the New Liberia that says EPA benefits US $22,000 worth of donation from LIFT project. NOCA CEO undergoes suspension. Initial boss pushes for housing sector improvement. Vice President Kuhn underscores the importance of privatization and the establishment of the public-private partnership in the electricity sector, saying it is time for us to collectively find a resolution to our electricity issue. Tackling Liberia's electricity challenge, VP Kuhn leads stakeholders to retreat. Liberia observe Armed Forces Day tomorrow, the 11th of February. Is Armed Forces Day. It will be declared. It's a national holiday. The back page of the New Liberian newspaper said for a UN non-permanent Security Council seat, Ambassador Brown rallies Liberians to support the country's bid. He's shaking hands with the Chinese with an UN envoy. Mika Boss vows to reactivate Liberia's National Cultural Center. Jerolimic Matthew PI is here. LRA Custom Officer snatched Global Standard Awards. We move over to the Verite newspaper says diplomat dies due to no insurance. Liberian embassy sings in crisis. The embassy has failed to cover our insurance for 2 years. Krumah couldn't get proper medical care because he had to pay everything for himself. This is a tragedy that could have been avoided. Seeing how the government and embassy officials have neglected us is painful. Our colleague died in his house, crying out for help and could not get any insurance. Not only did Krumah die without medical support, but now we're being left in the dark with no pay and no insurance. How can we keep working like this? Foreign service staff have been neglected. A Liberian embassy staff in Washington said this. NOCA boss asked Biker suspends Dennis for corruption. He said after the proper thorough investigation uncovered multiple incidents of alleged corruption, President Joseph Biker suspended the CEO of the NOCA of the National Oil Company of Liberia. President Biker has, with immediate effect, suspended the president and CEO of NOCA, Madam Rosalind Swakoko Dennis. Madam Dennis has been ordered to turn over all government properties, and the executive mansion release said. Kofa vows not to recognize Kun as speaker. The embattled speaker, Councillor J. Fanati Kofa, spoke to a cross-section of Liberian journalists upon his return from the United States. Kofa claimed that Kun is illegitimate and he, Kofa, cannot sit under Kun's leadership. Youth tortured in Chinese nationals compound. A 22-year-old resident of Concord Town, Momon David, is currently receiving medical treatment at ERW Hospital after reportedly being severely beaten and mutilated in the compound of a Chinese national known as Chinese Michael. The back page of the Verity newspaper says who replaces PYJ as NEC prepares for by-elections. The photos are here. The passing of Senator Johnson created a political void in Nimba County. For nearly 2 decades, Johnson dominated the county's political landscape and held significant influence. His death at the age of 72 ended a long and controversial political career that shaped both local and national politics. Who places him as next begin preparation for the by-elections. The LEC suspends manager for public affairs over alleged what? A letter signed by Eric Augustine Frederick, interim deputy managing director for the administration, stated that Farley's suspension was effective immediately pending an investigation. Copies of the letter leaked by a Verity newspaper were also sent to interim managing Director Thomas Gongavon and LEC Board Chairman Councillor Emmanuel A. Thule. Vice President Kun leads high-level energy forum in Nimba. VP Kun, Jeremiah Kun, hosted a pivotal energy sector retreat in Nimba City, in Nimba County, where policymakers, industry experts, and key stakeholders gathered to address Liberia's ongoing electricity crisis. The two-day forum was held from February 8 to February 9. Liberty Party ends 4 years of eternal rankling. After nearly 4 years of eternal conflict that hindered its growth and development, the Liberty Party has put an end to the bitter divisions. The resolution was showcased during the party's national convention held on Saturday, which gathered party stakeholders and supporters from across Liberia. That's that. Our last paper, front page newspaper says milestone in Enfield, boosting power generation, and we are disappointed. Growth in rural poverty and inequality risks security warns experts we are suffering. And Battle Speaker J. Fanati Kofa leave after being named person of interest in Asun case. Vows legal action says majority black move not a fight is a coup. Those are the papers we got today. You got to read them and get an understanding of what is trending in Liberia. I'm not going to, I didn't read all that that is in the papers, but today is our special studio guest is Ambassador Louis Brown. And let me say this, Louis Brown is notorious for coming late. I waited for him. He told me that he would be here on time. He just came. And because of him, the program is delayed. So that we end where my time ends. And the government library will not blame me.
And he's a very good talker. Very good talker.
I'm not here. I'm not here. I wanted to congratulate him as being Liberia envoy to the United Nations, but it's long overdue. I'm not going to say that. It did not come on time, so I'm not going to say that. I leave it with my heart and the gratitude is on my left breast. Good morning, Ambassador.
My dear brother, I know you miss me. I miss you too.
Good morning, my dear brother. So we here and we want you to address this topic. Liberia is vying for one of the 3 non-permanent seats of the United Nations Security Council for Africa. But what is the big deal in vying for a seat that is non-permanent and that does not have veto power? What does Liberia bring to that table of the United Nations Security Council for Africa? Our guest is Ambassador Louis Brown, Liberia's special envoy to the United Nations. I'm here with my co-host Matthias Labendi. So good morning.
Good morning, T-Max. Good morning to your co-host. Good morning, sir. And good morning to the people of Liberia.
What is this non-permanent seat in Liberia vying for? What is termed as non-permanent seat does not have veto power, and we're just drumming it as if in the days of Angie Broranda. What is it?
It's even bigger than in the days of Angie Broranda, if you ask me. The distinguished Liberian diplomat, certainly one of our best, became president of the General Assembly and one of the first African
female
women to do so. You know, Liberia, we've done some big, notable firsts.
That was in the past. The world. That was in the past. We lost the glory now. That was in the past.
In 1961, we made it to the UN Security Council. The way the UN is structured is that it has 2 major organs. One organ is called the General Assembly. T-Max, I attended General Assembly debate many times. Once every year in December, you see heads of state from every member state of the UN, 193. They turn up, they give everybody 15 minutes or 7 minutes to say their piece. It is under the principle of equal representation. The same thing you give to America, that is the same thing you got to give. So in our room, in our hall, everybody get 1 vote. Every country entitled. All the votes equal representation. But then just across the hall, there is another room. It's called the Inner Sanctorium.
Okay, Solomon's Temple.
Where
how about you go there?
And there are only 15 countries that sit around that table.
Out of the 100 and some.
Out of the 193, only 15 countries sit around that important table. So when you heard everything about our war and how it was resolved and whether or not they send what they used to call expert committee to do sanction committee, this and this, that you have 15 countries.
Big boys.
The boys. La crème de
la crème.
In deciding world affairs. You know, the UN was, out of its precursor League of Nations, the UN was really formed to help the world find peace. And this is the body, this is the platform responsible for maintaining international peace and security around the world. Even though we are a founding member since June of 1945, only once were we able in 1961 to sit around a table in a room, to have our flag against the wall.
I wonder why was that?
And when
was the selection based on your power, the global power, the global presence? What is it, the selection of the 15?
So
in the chip?
5 of the 15 are what you call permanent members: China, the USA, Great Britain, France. So they all have veto power. Africa has been seeking reforms and believe for the effectiveness and more inclusiveness of the Security Council, it is time that Africa be considered a permanent seat for the Security Council. Liberia is actively involved in that discussion. And in fact, there is a declaration that came out of as a winning. It's a common African position where Africa is calling for the reform of the Security Council. Now, that's part of the agenda for Liberia because we will be representing Africa. So far, Africa has been given 3 non-permanent member seats. Currently, Sierra Leone holds that seat on behalf of West Africa. So Liberia is now going to be replacing Sierra Leone beginning the 2026 term, which starts on January 1.
You're very definitive about this. Are you certain that Liberia is going to be voted?
The seat is for Africa, point number 1.
Okay.
And Liberia already has the unanimous endorsement of Africa. Africa is one of the largest blocs.
Okay.
There is no certainty about election. I mean, we know that now.
Absolutely.
There's absolutely no certainty. We need a minimum of 127 votes. Even though you will be representing Africa, even though you have been endorsed by Africa, but you will also be making critical decisions for the world. And in that regard, the rules are that the world must elect you to go into the inner sanctorium.
I just want to follow up something quick. There's something you said, a few minutes ago that Africa has been able to get about 3.
Africa currently
since
they apportion for inclusivity. The UN membership countries group themselves.
Okay.
So, for instance, countries that come from Western Europe, they group themselves into what you call Western Europe and others group, WEOC for short.
Okay.
There's also the Eastern European bloc. The bigger your bloc, the more force and effect. It's just a legislative politics.
Right.
If people form blocs to influence decisions.
Absolutely.
So Liberia is part of the African group. That's our bloc. 54 countries. Too often we tend to
mobilize to get to this point.
The way I don't understand
how did you mobilize to get to that point?
Labendi is that Africa is the second largest continent.
Yes, right.
And come on,
54 countries.
54 countries.
And we just on the outskirts of the power block.
That's why
not even in the main room, team. Not even in the main room.
We're not even in the
in terms of deciding how international peace and security is maintained around the world. You're not even in the room to be even around the table. Only 3 African countries can be there. Therefore, imagine the prestige of being there. Everybody will want to talk.
But what is it that way? It's so selective and divisive. What is that way? We the second largest.
We are leading.
Does it depend on what you bring to the table?
It depends on many things. It depends on the global dynamics of the world.
Global influence, if you want to put it that way.
Yes. Africa has been involved strongly mobilizing other countries' support. Decisions, first of all, it made collectively. So Africa can go, Dana LU, or Africa, where you're going on the Palava and say, pour there or else. You have
looking for trouble.
Generate
why me early political parties put it there, put all there.
Then I had diplomacy. And like I said to you, even though Liberia has been endorsed, the way it works is that the rest of the world need to find Liberia similarly worthy, like Africa has found her worthy. Because decisions you will be making will affect the world. You will be making decisions on climate change. You will be making decisions about people affected by conflict. This is why we believe we are uniquely positioned to be on the Security Council, because look at our past experiences. We know war. We have had wars, but we also know how to make peace. We also know how to end conflict. We ended our conflict, and so far we've been able, not perfectly, no country is perfect, but we've been able to manage our peace. Since 2003, we signed a peace agreement. Our peace agreement continued to hold until today.
Isn't what we're carrying to that? Isn't that our criteria for vying for this position because of our bad history?
No, let me tell you another
I have
thing.
a follow up to that. Anyway.
Let me tell you another. Our history has an influence on the decisions of the rest of the world. People look at you. We've been involved in decolonization efforts across the continent. We've been championing the freedom of nations.
Let's not go there.
No, wait.
Because that's way back.
Your audience need to understand.
We don't look like people without experience, without presence, and we are what we are.
We do. The world sees you as such. So let me tell you another thing we don't credit ourselves for. There are major countries in the world still without a woman ever being president. Liberia led 2 terms.
What does that give Liberia?
It shines our.
It just shows that we are all equal. Whether male or female, we are equal.
And there are countries in the world that we respect where that impression is still not yet settled. Women still don't believe they're equal to their counterparts, men. But there's something else.
Right.
I should mention something else.
Right.
You remember our last election? By ourselves. We in charge of our own election. Contentious election. A sitting president considered the result while it was still being counted. Except for major developed democracies, many were shocked that Liberia could set this kind of example again with its democracy.
To follow up on the question that Tim asked about what you're taking to the table is that I want to put it in another form. Is there a particular moral compass that a nation needs to follow to be considered a member of this prestigious body and sitting and making decisions that will affect the world?
No, it's not about morality. It's not about morality.
It's about what?
It's about your experience.
I asked the question because just a couple of years ago, Ambassador, we have had issues of corruption, sanctioning of officials.
There is no
all of these things.
Country on the face of the earth that is perfect. No country. Liberia ranks better than some countries of the world on the Global Corruption Index. Now, I'm not saying we don't have problems. I'm not saying we are a perfect nation. But in the eyes, especially of the continent we are supposed to represent, we are showing so much progress in strengthening our democracy, so much progress, and we have experience to share with the world.
When before you came in, we're playing the ad sent to us by the government of Liberia. I'm not sure whether you're one of the architects that prepared that ad. It's so enticing, so intentional. You hear that?
Okay.
When you become or not, when we take this seat,
correct,
this permanent, non-veto seat, what are the embodied benefits of that seat? Liberia, we don't have electricity. Liberia, infrastructure is damaged. What does it give us?
So what do we have to attract tourists?
So
what do we benefit from this?
You know, the country we're trying to replace, the West Africa representative today, you know which country that is?
You said Sierra Leone, right?
Just look in the region and guess. Sierra Leone. We're trying to now replace Sierra Leone. And when you, Right now, there was a time when Sierra Leoneans used to flock to Liberia for holidays.
Everybody flock to Liberia, except we don't have anything
I'm
to
coming.
show
Let
for
me
it.
finish making this point. Today, the traffic is in the other direction now. You know, just a few days ago, the vice president made an important observation. T-Max, you know, doctor, you always like to say, I'm the only son of my grandfather.
So surely I am.
Ask your grandfather and ask him who he recalls as the best. I know my father used to tell me, my son, you're just suffering in Liberia now. The time Liberia was balling, when they speak of Topman, do you know that it was under Topman, President Topman, that Liberia sat just for 1 year on the Security Council? Do you know that President Topman amplified Liberia's international relevance? The other day, the vice president made an important observation at the MICAD. He said, when you think about Topman, you think about all these buildings, public buildings that he was able to put up in our country.
That we are burning down now.
The truth I'm telling the Liberian people is that countries don't just
Did you hear him?
struggle to
You heard that.
The buildings that Todman gave us, we consider iconic now. We're burning them down.
Look, I said to you, no country is perfect or without internal disagreements.
Right.
No country. Then you're now a country. And part of our gravitas is that we're able to allow internal disagreement. It should never get to the point where it becomes violent or disruptive of our peace. But it should be in such a way that all of us don't believe we cannot disagree in our country, including with our government. But the real point to be made here is that, and I want everybody listening to your show to hear me on this and research it as well. Journalists, I'm encouraging you all to research this. There is always a direct correlation between international political influence and economic benefits to your country. When you look at countries like Kenya, Liberia was leading international diplomacy when many of these countries, in the 60s, Topman was the biggest figure on the African continent. What Liberia said for many African countries was the direction for the world and what people wanted to see about Liberia, about Africa. And therefore, everybody was engaging Liberia. The economic benefits flowed. Topman didn't use his money from his pocket to build these buildings or to attract the businesses. This is the point we want to make. If Liberia, when Liberia gets on this seat and enters the inner sanctorium where everybody will now want to talk to your country, opportunities will now exist for TMA to work in the international system. How many Liberians we got in the international system? Countries like Kenya.
But
when you get out there and see the number
overdue.
That's why
that is long overdue.
That's the president's position.
Todman set the stage. He left it stagnant. And we didn't move a step.
Let me tell you something. And that is why we are trying to take this leap, not just a step. It is a leap. And do you know there are still Liberians who doubt that we are not deserving? We should not be there in an organization that we helped to form. We should not be in the inner sanctorium because maybe it will credit this other person or it will not credit this other person or that. No, this is an opportunity for our country to be united.
Let's go back a bit, please. What we are discussing today, we have barely, say 3 months to the election.
The election is in June.
In June, all right. And
in New York,
the function for the particulars it starts in January. Right?
Yes,
okay.
2026.
So going back into history now, how did this whole arrangement for Liberia to form part of this body start? Did it start during the Bouakas administration?
No.
Or it started some time ago during the Weah's administration?
It started under President Weah.
Okay.
And but President Baka has picked up the mantle now.
But tell us about how it started under President
continuity.
Right.
Government is continuity.
Right.
So that is why President Baka has called for the organization of this program at the Centennial Pavilion. Today, immediately after here, there is where I'm headed. Because he wants Liberians to understand this is not about UP. This is not about him. It is about our country. LB, the flag that will fly. The other day I said this at the program I had the opportunity to speak to. The flag that will be hoisted on top the UN building will not be UP flag. It will not be CDC flag.
Right.
Guess what kind of flag it will be? The flag of the Republic of Liberia. The nameplate in front of the seat of the fifth, in front of one of the 15 seats that we would sit in. Not we, me, but that our country will sit in. Guess what kind of nameplate will be?
Obviously, that you will be representing Liberia.
Not necessarily. I serve at the will and pleasure of the president. He can name a new ambassador anytime. No country on the face of the earth will choose for Liberia who their ambassador should be.
How far did the arrangement for this particular seat go during the Weah's administration? Did it reach like 80%?
No,
I mean it's not about party. I just want to understand how far it went. Where did you meet it?
Where we are is what I can tell you. We are at a point where elections are in June. The president is saying, Liberians, we can do this. Let's come together to do it.
And that is
a journalist.
That is
a Liberian.
That is fundamental.
Let us stop. Who should take credit for what?
I'm not asking.
That's where you're going.
That is.
So part of it is, and this is the problem with us. This is the problem with us. Who should take credit is what we worry ourselves about, rather than how and why we should not.
Mr. Ambassador,
is Liberia deserving of this? Given the benefits that we can collectively accrue.
Mr. Ambassador, what I'm saying to you is
that's the point.
Whether Louis Brown or
President Weah took it, where he met it, where President Baka met it, this is the point that is insignificant to the international community.
Okay. Right.
So let me continue this way.
It's the international community
that
are you voting?
Why?
Because they're not voting for President Baka or President Weah. They're voting for Liberia.
So that's what it is. You're rallying us together.
Correct.
Today about 2 o'clock, GMB will be at the Centennial Pavilion. Executive Pavilion.
In fact, in a few minutes. It starts at 11.
Why do we're not going to vote?
Yes.
We're not casting our votes.
Correct.
It is those guys in the Sanctum Sanctorium in that temple that are going to cast the vote. Why do you need me?
We need you first and foremost because the vote, however it comes down, will impact you, whether you like it or not. Whether you live in Nukuta or Grand Cru or Saclay-Pied, the result of that vote will affect your life in a good way or in a negative way. So here is the point. Because that vote will impact your life and the life of your children and your grandson.
That was the very fundamental question I'm asking you.
Yes.
What are the benefits?
Yeah, the benefits.
Yes, today because it's 2 years term.
I wanted to. I started by carrying.
Don't get me in the circle.
Don't get me in the circle. Yes. People need to come from what they know.
What do we get out of this?
That's why I told you to ask your grandpa. How Top Mountain used to be here. And I try to get you to understand that when your voice internationally is relevant, when people see you as one of the leaders in the world, making decisions for the world, the first thing they believe is that your country is now stable and secure for investment. You have the possibility of attracting foreign direct investment equal to or greater than the 2016 years when we were at the peak of attracting foreign direct investment. It means jobs, more investment in our country mean more businesses. More business mean a booming economy. But let me bring it even home more seriously. In 2018, the government passed and launched a development agenda called PAPD. The government costed it at 25 billion. That's B, $25 billion. Few months ago, this government launched its Arrest Agenda for Inclusive Development, AAID. It costed it a fourth of what the PAPD was costed at. This government costed its agenda at $8.3 billion. When you look at the two development agendas, you will see that we have some brilliant minds here that can think through and understand the basis for our underdevelopment in the country. We need human capacity. We need infrastructure. We need electricity. We need roads, right? Everybody knows that. But what is this biggest stumbling block to the implementation of any development agenda, whether you call it PAPD or AAID? It is the lack of resources. In fact, in the AAID, it is said that 70% of what will be needed in the next 5 years to implement the AAID, brilliant as it is, brilliant as the PAPD was, will come from international donor support. People will not just give you their country money if you have no value to them. When you sit in the inner sanctorium, when you sit on the Security Council, like Sierra Leone is doing, serious people want to talk to you seriously because you have value to the world. Not just to yourself, but to the world. So, now when you show a Liberian passport, it is value and that value comes from your political leadership.
This non-permanent seat
is value.
It's all boiled down to.
Imagine what's going on in the world now.
It's all boiled down to.
It's going to be matters that Liberia will be deciding and discussing. Everything going on in the world now, from climate change to women empowerment, to people, to youth in conflict, women in conflict. Everything Liberia will be involved in deciding. The International Criminal Court, Liberia will be involved in deciding. That's value to your voice.
It's passionate.
That's value to your decision. No, if we understand the international dynamic, you know, some people talk about
passion you bring in.
No, but the point is
that needs to understand this about us.
You gotta be respected.
When people talk about,
you gotta be listened to.
Exactly.
No. I'm not going there. Don't. Because
if you are nobody,
it's not an endorsement, by the way.
What I'm saying, if
nobody in the world will respect your voice or political leadership, why would they want to bring their money to you?
But
why would they want to talk?
There are some countries in Africa, there are some countries in Africa that are not members of that little non permanent seat. No veto seat. Are more developed than us. They got voices. People look up to them. People have them. You know what? We're vying for this. We don't deserve it, though.
No, let me tell you what we don't also know to be true. Do you know when I was there in 2016, South Africa campaigned to represent Africa on this in the Security Council? The problem we have had is that we have not done this enough. We have not done this enough. And it's not free to do it. It is costly. It is expensive. The foreign minister needs to be traveling and when they say you go into Security Council, it's not cheap. It's not cheap.
You gotta pay dues.
You're not paying dues.
You gotta kill central bank.
You're representing the whole world. And I 127 countries that need to vote for you minimally. You remember me telling you that?
Right.
Imagine just local campaign here for city mayor job. And then you are actually going to speak to countries around the world to vote for you.
That campaign running.
That campaign?
So you want to tell us how much it costs?
No. I don't look on what you know.
No.
Don't look at figures now.
Worry about what can the returns be.
But this is business now. You're
putting in investment.
You're investing resources in this thing, right? So
correct.
Do you care telling the public how much is Liberia investing in this particular seat?
Right now?
It's the people's money.
Right now? Let me answer that question this way.
Right.
The legislature has placed in the budget 200,000 Liberian dollars. I mean, 200,000 US dollars.
Let's take our break. For what? I don't want to hear that money.
It's what has been budgeted. We must agree our country is challenged.
You need more than that?
LB. Way more.
Way more.
Our country is challenged. But we have to move, accept the difficulty we have, but never give out our spirit. You were talking to me and you said I'm talking with passion.
I like it. I like it very much.
The Minister of Foreign Affairs has that
to
passion. The President has that passion. Because we're not trying to measure ourselves by what we currently have. And we will not equal other countries in terms of the resources they have available to them.
But what are you going to be using the resources for? For the 26 countries, 27 countries?
No, 127 countries.
Can I take my break? We come back.
Yes, Tim.
Let's take our break.
Too many questions. Anyway.
And be right back. Our special studio guest, Louis Brown, is Liberia permanent. Will be Liberia permanent representing the United Nations. Liberia is vying for one of the three non-permanent.
You understand that?
Veto.
Exactly. So, for instance, if they ask to
let's take our break.
Minister,
producer, please take that break.
Got car troubles? Don't stress. Drive into Uptown Garage. From quick oil changes to complete engine overhauls, we've got you covered. Our skilled mechanics use the latest technology to diagnose and fix your car right the first time. Need tires, brakes, or just a tune-up? We'll get you back on the road, safe and sound. Convenient, affordable, reliable. That's Uptown Garage. Your satisfaction is our top priority. Visit us today at Broad and Nelson Streets. You can also find us on RIA Road, Rehab. Uptown Garage, where your car gets the care it deserves. Relax. Our well house is full of everything that you will never go out of spare parts. It's more than just service. It's the Uptown experience. Visit us today and see why we're the name you can trust. Uptown Garage. Driving excellence every day.
Uptown Garage, where they fuel your dreams. Rated will make it shine. Fix your right, make it run divine. Turning every breakdown into hope. Every engine finds its new scope.
EcoBank Liberia is making banking easier with the LRD Express account. Open an EcoBank Express account in Liberian dollars today and receive a free initial deposit from the bank direct to your new account. Yes, make a deposit of 3,500 Liberian dollars or 500 Liberian dollars in your Express account. Maintain a deposit until February 18, 2025 and be among the first 1,000 persons to get additional credits. For every $3,500 deposit, you stand a chance to get additional $1,500 credit to your account. And for every $500 deposit, you stand a chance to get additional $500 credit to your account. Amazing, isn't it? Download the EcoBank app on your phone or visit any EcoBank branch or Express point to open your Express account. Existing Express account holders can also deposit at the start of the promotion to receive a free top-up. With an EcoBank LRD Express account, banking is made even easier. No stress, no wahala. This promotion lasts till February 18, 2025. Terms and conditions apply. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Escape to paradise, where every moment is a cherished memory waiting to be made. Welcome to Avino Hotel, your serene sanctuary amidst breathtaking beauty. Our special rooms and suite offer a heaven of comfort, each with its own private balcony to immerse you in nature's splendor. Indulge in a world-class dining where our African and Western cuisine meets natural elegance. Avino Hotel, located in the heart of Gompa City and Yekepa. Visit today and enjoy your stay. 24 hours of pure service. Avino Hotel, we got a great hall for all your meeting and provide a comfortable sitting facility and catering services. Why? At Avino Hotel, you can visit our state-of-the-art casino as you watch out for our sky pool coming very soon. You can even visit our bar and get a refreshing cold and icy drink. The Avino Hotel offers an enchanting experience of every traveler, making every stay a dream come true. When a day turns into night, our hotel comes alive. Avino Hotel, the heartbeat of Gompa and Yekepa City, the twilight of hospitality. No matter the occasion, we have the perfect seating for celebration and unforgettable moments. Avino Hotel, where luxury meets nature and memories last a lifetime. Come, experience the tranquility and beauty that only Avino Hotel can offer.
Jambo, Jambo, Nairobi, Jambo, Utah, Jambo.
Thank you very much. Back on 50-50, our special studio guest, Louis Brown, Liberia's envoy to the United Nations. Mama, you have the microphone upside down.
If you say that you know, I'm not journalist.
There's not diplomacy now.
Yeah.
So Liberia is vying for one of the 3 seats.
Correct.
Yes.
Just this way. Go this way.
Just this way.
Exactly.
Tima, you gotta change some of your microphone now, man. From the time I've been coming to the studio.
Yeah, but what they
fed up with the old microphone.
And you're
they were asking the tough questions, guys.
And you're coming to go to one of the seats now.
In a sanctuary.
I won't call it anyway. I know it to call it. Thank you very much. So you listen to Louis Brown, you can call us on those numbers. Liberia is vying for that. It's one among boys. You men among boys. And
correct.
That is the stage that you said. That's when everybody is making noise in the room. When you speak, everybody is quiet.
They're where you deserve to be now.
The way you deserve to be. Do we deserve to be there? President Nima Braika will be rallying Liberians. And that why I keep asking, why is it appealing to also our good consciences to support this effort? This effort benefits everybody. I don't think we should be told to assemble at the Assembly Pavilion today.
No, because too often in our country
we're not going to afford.
You know, like your grandpa, you know, my mom used to tell me, charity begins where?
At home.
And ends where?
Out there.
So before, even though the vote will be out there, but just like
and my grandpa said,
the president wisdom
here. If you don't say
I am. The other thing is, you see, all the ambassadors accredited near our capital, every day they are listening to your show too, Timax. They're reading all these newspapers. If they start to think
that the anxiety
Liberians don't want this, really get their government trying to force them into it, they will start writing their notes back home to their capitals and telling the people, well, you know, Nigeria government trying to push it, but the people themselves really don't want it. So if we say no, it will not. If we don't vote for them, it will not hide the people.
Let's take the first call, T-Max.
There are times you hear they say we put targeted sanctions on the government, but we don't want to hurt, because in international diplomacy we have a thing, including at the UN. If you can't help, don't hurt. The other thing we have is every diplomat writing home knows that it's much easier to say no to a government if it were just about a government than it is to say no to their people. The passion that we take to Kante meet, if the international community can see that Liberians at grassroots level have this passion for getting on the security council because they understand the benefits that will come to them.
So let's go to the line to talk to our very first caller. Good morning.
It will make the vote easier.
Good morning.
To get in New York.
Right.
My name is Daniel Philly, and I call you from the National Transit Authority, the Milk and Honey Ground. I want to thank your studio guests. I want to thank your studio guests this morning for elaborating on international treaties. People may overlook it now, right? But what this country is trying to embark on is a very important, stuff that we are trying to embark on. Because when we get on that particular map, or T-mark, you will notice that our country will start, gaining prominence in other countries, other important countries, or other international countries will start to look at us, important, because we lost relevance. The past regime, actually we lost relevance. We really lost relevance from the past regime. So,
come here, that number.
I need to correct you. This is not about regime. This is about Liberia.
LB, you can take notes now. You can get the caller names of the callers, and so that when you responding to them, they know what to do. Let's go back to line 5. Talk to our next caller. Good morning.
Morning, team.
Good morning, my brother. What's your name, please?
Let me say good morning to the studio in Liberia. My name is Lincoln. Lincoln T. Lincoln now 4 phone. You have a fee halfway at my workplace. There's a whole adage that says if the horse don't tell you, the street will not buy you. So, in essence, the playing program today to showcase Liberia Bay for the permanency, not permanency that in the Nation Council, the Security Council. I think it's important that Liberia from all walks of life be present today to showcase to the world that the Liberian business and Liberia deserve a seat at that level. In addition to, hello, am I stay on?
Go ahead, go ahead. I said, go ahead, we're listening to you. We lost that caller anyway. Call me on those numbers on 07777 Let's go back to line 1. Talk to our next caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. My sister, what's your name and where you calling us from? Move away from the radio, please.
My name is Jiwo. Well, you know, Fedeo.
I need to own, then.
APC level.
A great duo, my own duo.
Yeah, bro.
How you been, man? Happy New Year.
What?
Yeah, because I hear from you. Send it. Oh yeah, and
do you want to play me your statement?
I want to say thank you to my son Louis Brown in studio.
Thank you, man.
I hear you talking for long. I think you know me. My name is Dora.
Of course.
I'm married to your daughter.
Yeah.
I don't even know my Gio, but my Gio.
Do you want to ask your question? Time going.
Okay. I call purposely to say thank you to my son Louis Brown. You do everything possible for our country to get back on course. I know my country Liberia will rise again.
Yes.
And nations will come.
Yes.
And we will enjoy in this country. No matter what happens, I can't how long it will take. Liberia will not remain down like this. Liberia will rise, and it will rise. As I'm speaking, T-Max, my name is Jiwo. My son Louis Brown, let God bless you. You promote our country.
Thank you.
Our country. Thank you. And
thank you very much. Call me on that number 07777221223. Let's go back to line 5. Talk to our next caller. Good morning.
Good morning, T-Max. This is Moses, and I'm calling you from the telecom compound.
Go ahead, Moses.
Yeah, okay. Let me appreciate the ambassador. Ambassador, we know what you can do when it comes to diplomacy in this country. I think you are one of those to trust, and we believe in your intelligence. We believe in your lobbyists power and might that this country indeed, Liberia indeed will get that seat, and we are going to be seated there as non-permanent members. Thank you very much for the effort. I want to thank the president and the office of the foreign minister too. Absolutely. Thank you for all of your effort. You guys are doing well in government. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let's go back to line 6. Talk to our next caller. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Brother Tim Grata.
Good morning, my brother. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm Jay Benedict Grewa calling from Kawa.
Go ahead.
You see, Brother Tim as in the age of Liberia now, we should be able now to say, yeah, we can survive on our own resources instead of depending on other people. You see, we are damaging our reputation in a way that international community said they are feeling bad about us. So I want to hear the brother in Sierra Louis Brown for being bold to the Liberian people. Yeah, but actually, we Liberian, you see, education gave America the enlightenment. And once you are educated, you should be enlightened. And enlightenment made America great. Why is it that Liberia stays behind? Thank you, Brother Tima.
Thank you very much. Call me on that number on 077777107. You'll be live on 5050 on Sky 107. Special studio guest, Ambassador Louis Brown. Let's go back to line 4. Talk to our next caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Tim Advocate. How you doing?
Hey, the boy from Philadelphia. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, Ambassador. How you doing, sir?
Morning, dear brother.
Yeah, I just want to thank you, Tim Advocate, for giving me the opportunity. And I want to say thanks to you, our ambassador, for all that you do. Keep doing it. And I hope and pray that God will give you the knowledge. But you know, I have one or two concerns. When I hear you saying, if I will not quote you well, when you said that, I don't know how many percent or what we need to develop the country, and most of the money come from donations, something like that you were saying, if I will not quote you right. But it's like I was just going back and forth on the program. Now, I think, as you know, I do not need to give you any information that you know already. The UN was founded 1945 with Liberia being a signatory on a particular chapter. Now, it is saddening that at this time in our own life that Liberia is way down the pit. There is no way an individual can be a signature to an organization and be way down at the bottom. We should start asking ourselves, what are we doing wrong that we are still down there? And if we keep doing the same thing, Liberia will remain where it is. We have countries that have no resources and they are up here. Why is it that we have all of these resources? For all that we do, we take the money and turn our back to our own resources while other people, they're enjoying themselves. Let me just end with it. When President J.F. Kennedy said, ask not what your country do for you, but
what you can do for your country.
Ask not what your country do for you, but what you can do for your country. True. America or Liberia, I would say Liberia is a little bit better in terms of crime or other things. But why people keep running here? Because the way that was paid for people to come. Why can we pay that same way? Now, until we do those things, put our resources into place, Liberia will not go up there. We will still be down. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's take our last caller because time is running fast and we want to go back to our special studio guest. Good morning.
Good morning.
Kimia, good morning. You the last caller. Go ahead.
Yes, welcome to our ambassador.
Thank you.
I think I enjoy his elaborations. What we have done, we are a founding member of the UN. But again, we did something like a SEPTA and brought our war and this and that, and the World Economic Crime Score could not be put on the table. Sierra Leone is getting benefit. Ghana is getting airlines traveling there, like he just said it. If this non-permanency is just done, then we got all the resources. Business can be as usual. Like how the top 1 years, we had a higher GDP. So they should do better so we can have an international record as we are a founding member of the UN. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Albert, you want to respond to the concerns of the callers?
I think they're generally good. Let me just say to all Liberians everywhere, at home and across the diaspora, there is no country on the face of the earth that is perfect or that is problem free. None whatsoever. And we should disagree with each other. That is why many Liberians fought and died here, so that democracy can flourish here, so that we can disagree, but we should never be so disagreeable about loving our country, putting our country first. One of the things people say about us is that Liberians can never unite. Oh, Liberians, they don't know how to do it. They will never unite. Well, we signed a peace agreement in 2003 that many doubters will not be able to give us peace.
And we still live up to that.
It is still surviving, while many peace deals have broken down. So Africa has looked at our progress, and they have said, this is an exemplary country in terms of the progress. They're not perfect, and nobody should think that we're trying to get this seat because we think we are a perfect nation. No. But many Liberians know that too often when we go into bed and we say that final prayer, it is with the hope that our tomorrow will always be better than our today. That's the Liberian spirit, that spirit of resilience. That is the opportunity we now have to come together behind something that is bigger than all the parties in our country, something that's bigger than all the presidents you like or you may not like. And that is that Liberia has a chance to shine again. The good news is that Africa believes we are capable of doing it on behalf of Africa. We need to look at ourselves and believe that we are. And like someone said, if the horse doesn't sell you, the street will not buy you.
So, Louis, Mr. Ambassador, can we say that it's signed, sealed, and delivered?
No, it is not signed, sealed, and delivered. It is signed, but Liberians have to seal it, and Liberians have to deliver it for ourselves.
What are our chances?
Our chances that we have an endorsement does not necessarily, even in Africa,
if we don't get it, who might get it?
Votes. The way it works, there are two countries endorsed by the AU now to represent Africa. That's Liberia and the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Those are the two countries.
Where does Congo have the showcase politically?
Over Liberia.
No, I'm just asking.
But here is how it works. Because you will, even though you will be representing Africa, but the world needs to vote for you in June. If in the unlikely event we do not have 127 votes, any African country on the floor, then that means we fail. Then any African country on the floor can nominate themselves, because we need the 127 vote minimally. Sierra Leone won by 188 votes.
Wow.
We can do better. We can do better. But charity begins where? If we start seeing this as President Boyega, Vice President we are, that's not the best way to start. If we start seeing this as, oh, this would be good for UP. If Liberia wins, it would be good for President Boyega, it would be good for UP. That's not the way to start. That's the way to eat out our vote. When the flag, when we win, the flag that will be hosted atop the United Nations headquarters will not be UP flag. It will not be CDC flag. Guess which flag it will be? The flag of the Republic of Liberia. But let me use this other important example. When you enter the inner sanctuary, the flag that will be against the wall of all the 15 member states that will now have a right to sit in that room and decide for the rest of the world will not be UP flag. It will not be CDC flag. It will not be a particular county in our country flag. You know what flag it will be? The flag of the Republic of Liberia. And let me tell you another thing importantly. Each of the 15 seats will have a nameplate in front of that seat, so that no other person can sit in that seat. No other country can take that seat. In front of one of the seats will be on the nameplate, the Republic of Liberia.
Who will be standing behind the nameplate? Louis Brown?
No, not necessarily.
Oh, okay.
But a Liberian representing.
Well, you're already there.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean I have to remain there.
Oh no, we're talking about 2 years.
After the process, after the process of the election, you still ambassador, you still the permanent representative.
But let me tell you another thing, T-Max, that is unique about this and beautiful. Each of the 15 countries that make up the 15 members of the Security Council for 1 month in the 2 year you will be there. For 1 month, your country will be president of the Security Council and be responsible for deciding what the agenda is and speaking for the Security Council. Sometimes you see UN teams say, sometimes you see some of the UN teams say, the president of the Security Council has spoken. Can you imagine Liberia not only being member of the Security Council, but being president of the Security Council, determining the agenda? The Secretary General reports through you, through the president.
Let me pick your mind quick.
Our time is running out.
Just the last, so, just my last
imagine
question.
Who in this world will not want to speak to Liberia?
Ambassador, the way you see,
even you display anywhere, given that you are a Liberian, imagine the pride when Liberia is president of the security. And they will not say Louis Brown or President Boaga or Minister Sarah Beslo-Nyati. They will say Liberia is president of security.
Absolutely.
Imagine you presenting a Liberian passport. Anywhere in the world.
I just want to ask you one last question, Ambassador.
And that passport reads Republic of Liberia. And in that period, Liberia is president of the Security Council. Tell me how proud.
I don't know what our emotion or anxiety will be. If we get this,
we who were once on our knees,
if we get
and neighbors and others had to come to help us find peace.
Yes,
we are the ones now deciding peace
because we have
world.
the experience of war. Because we have the experience of war.
Can you imagine the dramatic shift in how people will now
with
look
this,
at
with
our
this,
country?
with this, the way we're drumming this? Do we have any anxiety moving forward? Now we have the one of the three non-permanent, non-vetoed. Does Liberia have that sort of ambition to move to the Security Council level in the Sanctum Sanctorum?
Where, when we enter the room,
they will decide later.
Then we there.
The way you're talking about this, lastly, Tima, please. You know, I've been sitting here quietly watching the ambassador gesticulating, and I mean, I'm using my mind's eye to imagine what you are thinking, how you are feeling this thing. It's like your birthday. No one feels better about your birthday than yourself.
That's
the way you feel, the way you feel about this thing. If this energy you're wearing right now were to get out there and enter into every Liberian,
that's why I'm asking
what do you think? What do you think the euphoria will be like?
You know, today, ambassadors accredited near our capital are all being invited to that program.
So who can attend?
They will be.
I can walk in there.
You can walk. In fact, I want you to go with your microphone and be talking to Liberians from in the street, helping us explain to them what this means for us and our country. Do you know when you get a note verbal from a government, it says the embassy or the foreign ministry of the Republic of Liberia presents its compliment and has the honor to inform you that Liberia is contesting. Imagine that government to government, not true?
G to G, eh?
It's easier to match. It's easier for an ambassador to write back home and say, well, if we don't vote for Liberia, it will not be any seismic shift in our relationship because the people themselves don't even want their country to be there.
Right.
But when those people see today and hear over the next few weeks between now and June, market women on the radio, you know, they'll pick up the newspaper every day and report developments in Liberia. Every day they're sending it back home in their notes, in their report. That's what ambassadors do.
Mm-hmm.
When they see that the Liberian people, the passion we take to the county meet is the passion we start generating for our country right now to be in the
I don't know how well
Council.
you what they call publicize this thing to
I'm
gravitate.
counting on you. If we have not done enough to publicize, don't be caught wanting. You are a journalist with a powerful platform. The T-Mile 50/50 is the doyen of talk radio.
Right.
Use it now. Tomorrow, when people ask, when your children ask you, what did you do when Liberia had an opportunity to get on the Security Council? You must beat your chest and say, I mobilized the country. Because what the ambassadors will see is that if the fervor and passion, Liberians start to share it and speak loudly and clearly that we want our country on the Security Council. Some of them who not thinking about voting Liberia will start writing and saying, be careful, because the risk is that you will be denying a passionate people, right, that now feel the need to get this.
Thank you very much.
It's harder to say no to the people.
Thank you, LB.
Than it is to say to
Mr. Ambassador. Thank you. We hope
So I'm asking you all.
Liberia for once will unite behind
Let's shame the people who say Liberians cannot be united.
No, we can always be united. It's just that they...
Can you imagine Somalia and all being on the Security Council? Is it a perfect? I mean, we're not trying to point out.
Diplomat. So
Somalia was out of sympathy. I mean, it happened.
The point
if they can be there, they can be there, Liberia can be there.
Let us not beat our own self so hard and beat our country so badly and think we are undeserving. If we believe this and hold to it together and know the benefits will come for all of us, when that flag, the red, white, and blue, start flying.
Thank you very much, LB.
And your president entered the hall and you see people. You might have been to the UN there many times.
I visit your United Nations office and see.
People running behind your president for meeting. Or your foreign minister, they say your foreign minister arriving tomorrow.
Right.
And everybody start booking appointment to meet your foreign minister because they want to hear what you have to say on anything. And businesses start coming back to our country.
When it feels like it's about to end,
thank you very much. Thank you very much, LB. Thank you very much.
So let's do this.
Yeah, let's do it.
Liberians, let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's win for Liberia.
Absolutely.
On that note, we come to the end of this edition of 50/50. Our special studio guest has been Ambassador Louis Brown. But let me leave you with this. They said if you don't say I am, nobody will ever say you are. The pride, the success depends on what you make of yourselves. Are Liberians alien or Liberia alien to the structure of the United Nations? No, because we signed the birth certificate of the United Nations. With that signature, gave birth to what it is today. And so we give them chance to go ahead and do what they had to do. It's now our time.
Now is our time.
To
Liberia
do
is back.
to what they owe us for what we gave them.
To where we rightfully belong.
My name is Steve Max. Thanks for being there. I'll be here tomorrow morning. Oh, tomorrow morning will be Armed Forces Day. I would not be in a uniform. But my grandfather said, if there's anything I want to be the blooded soldier. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.
Open up your heart, let a true love come right in. Cause love is all we need to make us dance. Sweet Liberia.
My dear, the UN Security Council that the highest decision-making body of the UN. Yo, the whole world respect them, and when they talk, the whole world can listen.
And the Liberia won't be part of this UN Security Council. That true?
Yes, the UN will be having election this June 2025. If Liberia win and become a member, they will be there for 2 years from 2026 to 2027. And it will make plenty good things to happen for our country.
What are some of the good things that will happen for our country?
People in other countries will want to talk with us, be our friends, and invest in Liberia. Yo, at the same time, Liberia will get voice in the world to make decisions, and other countries will listen to us. Yes, man. And now,
what's in it?
When Liberia be member of the UN Security Council, business people from other countries will be happy to come open companies in Liberia, and plenty people will get jobs. Yes, Liberia will also be getting money for development. Tourism will improve, and all the other countries then in Africa will respect Liberia because they will see us as their leader.
You really think Liberia will make it to be member of the UN Security Council?
Already, some countries and organizations in Africa finish giving their support to Liberia to win the seat. Yeah, thank God for that. All we need to do in Liberia is to join hands together with our leaders so the whole world can know, say, the Liberian people serious to be part of the UN Security Council, and we're ready for development.
So what we the Liberian people want to do to really help our government?
This coming Monday, February 10, the President of Liberia and the officials of government will be launching our country's intention to join the UN Security Council. And the program will take place at the Centennial Pavilion on Ashmont Street, and it will start around 2:00 p.m. Let's rally with our government.
I can come too?
Come, the students, market women, political leaders, trade unions, and all other Liberian citizens are welcome to the program.
I will be there and I'm calling on all the young people, women's group, and all Liberians to join us at the Centennial Pavilion this Monday, February 10 at 2 p.m. for the launch of Liberia's bid to be a member of the United Nations Security Council.
Let's support our country to win a seat at the UN Security Council. Come to the program Monday, February 10th at the Centennial Pavilion. See you! A message from the Ministry of Information, Culture, and Tourism.
This is the time we come together.
What's happening, Africa? This is Jackson Bungani in Washington, D.C.
You are listening to Upfront, the voice of America.
The show tries to capture that fundamentally aspirational nature of today's African youth. As you've noticed, right here on the show, we talk about everything. Nothing is off the table.
Remember to connect with us right here on Sky 107.1 FM.
Upfront from the VOA is on Sky 107.1 FM every Wednesday at 5:30 p.m.
This is Uncle Julius on Sky 107.1 FM.
The way you can do me, 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 oh wow. Oh wow, oh wow, oh wow. You get a star, I get my star, oh wow. Don't envy me for my star, oh wow. Running mortgage from my star. Hi, Jesus. That's what you see on the beat. Baby, you go yellow. Oh wow, go yellow. Don't run away, go yellow, man. The The way you can do me, the way you can do me, the way you can do me, the way you can do me. Oh wow. Oh wow, wow, oh wow. You get a star, I get my star. Oh wow. Don't envy me for my star. Oh wow. Running mortgage from my shop. Oh wow. I get that, I get all. Oh wow. What did I see? Now what did I see? What did I see? Now what did I see? Oh wow. Oh wow, wow, oh wow. You get a star, I get my star. Oh wow. Don't envy me for my star. Oh wow. Running mortgage from my shop. Oh wow. I get that, I get all. Oh wow. What did I see? Then why say more? I say more. I will get it. 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 The way you can do me, the way you can do me, the way you can do me, the way you can do me. Oh wow. Oh wow, oh wow. You get a star, I get my star. Oh wow. Don't envy me for my star. Oh wow. Running mortgage from my shop. Oh wow. I get that, I get all. Oh wow. What did I see? I'm leaving you to yellow. To all about to yellow. No money away to yellow. The way you can do me, the way you can do me, the way you can do me, the way you can do me. Oh wow. Oh wow, wow, oh wow. You get a star, I get my star. Oh wow. Don't envy me for my star. Oh wow. Running mortgage from my shop. Oh wow. I get that, I get all. Oh wow. What did I see? Now what did I see? What did I see? Now what did I see? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. You get a star, I get my star. Wow. Don't envy me for my star. Wow.
Yeah, I'm on such ready. Blessings, some blessings, you're coming blessings. These my blessings can all be touching. I know my level, my man, don't stress me. The puppy bless me, so I'm here to party. I want war, yellow zombie. I want body, I pro, yellow zombie. Batting up, bring a yellow zombie. I got a party, people dancing, yellow zombie. Sanko, me, I want to wear a paco. Waiter, bring the liquor. The poor man, someone spend the paper. Waiter, bring the liquor. The poor man, someone spend the paper. I said nobody, I won't party. I want you to go down low. I want you to find it slow. Mama, you rock the show. I'm ready to spend some more. And I'm gonna, you know, sit down, I'm gonna check it. See, I see no time for check. Man, I want you to dance like you ready, don't care. Do the dance for the zombie style. It's me and you, mama, no more stress. I want to dance, I feel myself. I want war, yellow zombie. I want body, I pro, yellow zombie. Batting up, bring a yellow zombie. Got a party, people dancing, yellow zombie.
When Uncle T-shirt, they to them one in photo. Yeah, that do or die when they should get around. You know, when I move blast me, they papa blast me. Yes, what blast me, you cannot stop me. Your money can never go low. You say they have, but no heavy low. Papa fire me on papa. Ragaza no remote than the star. I bless you first, go up the transformer. A blessing for the red bell.
I want war, yellow zombie. I want body, I pro, yellow zombie. Batting up, bring a yellow zombie. I got a party, people dancing, yellow zombie. I said nobody, I won't party. I want you to go down low. I want you to find it slow. Mama, you rock the show. I'm ready to spend some more. And I'm gonna, you know, sit down, I'm gonna wait up, bring the liquor. The poor man, someone spend the paper. Wait up, bring the liquor.
tunesliberia.com. tunesliberia.com.
When I wake up to be by my power, Oluwa lo kukun shower, I go down on my knees and I thank God, and I step into the street for my paper, and they also make the poverty japa, go the buruku my lawyer lewa, go the buruku jino silemi, Arina jino silemi, hello lawa jino silemi. I want to get blessing money. Poverty to fair my finesse. My yet only greediness. No put through shit for my business. I know well I get money sickness. Biggie money no be small. Yo, got it to me and you're like bad month. Money when no get focus. Money when no get compass. Holy Ghost fire. Me I know the fire. Ogunwaye me and me to a balloon fire. Fire. When I wake up to be by my power, Oluwa lo kukun shower, go down on my knees and I thank God, and I step into the street for my paper, and they also make the poverty japa, go you look my lawyer lewa. Now who say me kind of flex so? I don't know why them they vex so. Poverty, now my ex so. Me I'm on to the next so. Ìyà tó jẹ mí tí mo ṣara gbẹ́gbẹ́, ibi tó pa mí tí mo ká gbọ́gbọ́. Ó dàbọ̀, ẹ máa lọ jẹ́jẹ́. This is my prime time, bí ti bàbá kẹ̀kẹ́. Ayé ń retí ẹlẹ́yà mi o. Them just dey pray kó parí o. I don dey hide them like pa mi o. Ẹ̀ka kọlọ́lá ẹ̀ máa pa mi o. Holy Ghost fire, mi I no dey tire. Ogunwaye mi ẹ̀bà mi jó wọn pẹ̀lú fire. When I wake up to be by my power, Oluwa lo kukun shower, go down on my knees and I thank God.
I'm going when you are from. I'm going when you are from. Like Westmas, my woman. Like Westmas, my woman. I'm going when you are from. I'm going when you are from. I get you with tainted. I get you with tainted. I love I care for you. L.O.P. I love I care for you. I get you with tainted. I get you with tainted.
This is Uncle Julius.
I'm going when you are from. I'm going when you are from. That Westmas, my woman. That Vegas, my woman. I'm going when you are from. 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 That Westmas, my woman. That Vegas, my woman.
I'm going when you have. I'm going when you have. I get you with
Pilla bam 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 pilla bam bam pilla bam 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 pilla bam bam. Them say Timaya not the renegade. Some people say Timaya not the pop again. Some people say Timaya not the sing again. Say my too much money make me not the sing again. See, they know me every papa. Never ever ever thought. Shout out to all my baby and my mama. Anytime I come say everybody them a holler. God I thank you for the blessings and the too much money for the things when you do my baby. God I thank you for the blessings and the too much money and the things when you do. Pilla, pilla, bam, 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 pilla, bam, bam, pilla, pilla, bam, 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 pilla, bam, bam. Them say Timaya not the case again. Them say Timaya dressing just to bust your brain. Them give me pain, they won't see me shame. But in Jesus, them we just elevate. Yeah, them a call me Papi Chulo. Me stepping at the place, all the girl them love the chulo. Guys and the homie them a cool. Stepping at the town, all the guys them a cool. God I thank you for the blessings and the too much money and the things that you do, man. God I thank you for the blessings and the too much money and the things that you do. You chop. So the guys and the girls they go gaga. You chop. Everywhere I go, I get my chop. Pilla, pilla, bam, 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 pilla, bam, bam, pilla, pilla, bam, 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 pilla, bam, bam.
Gotta be great, 10 steps ahead of the game. If I don't get money, tell me what's in a game. Nobody feel the way I feel the pain. Nobody saw the test. I don't get the energy they want to drain. Sorry, but William, my logo. All your large meta, my logo, you gone. Hustle every night, hustle in the money. Gotta get my dough, gotta get the money. Fuck it, my niggas know me. Fuck it, I'm not your homie. I'm all about my money. Nobody told it for me. Came from the bottom to top, and I ain't never flopped, and I ain't never scared of nobody, and I ain't gonna stop. I know the game, you wanna play with me? One of the grind, you know they stay with me. One of the facts, you know they pray with me. Now you cock blocking all because you see them paying me. Let's take it to the club and get a sanko. Fuck all these haters, they be packed up. Got it big, you know we can't go. I don't know the telling, they can't come with the right up. Pilla, pilla, bam, 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 pilla, bam, pilla, pilla, bam, pilla, bam. The same I know the ready. But I go there, I come back,
like thing I'm say you don't get mula, you say you for that. You don't get money, you say you for that. No mula, you want Gucci and Prada. No mula, you want Gucci and Prada. Oh, bam, bam, kilo, bam, bam. Oh, bam, bam, kilo, bam, bam. De la la tumbo, I'm missing Saseu. La la tumbo, I'm missing Saseu. But you don't get mula, you wanna just sabu. You don't get mula, you wanna just sabu. Say yes, I do, I'm missing Saseu. So fire, call it to your measurement. Fire, call it to your measurement. Don't buy a friend for you if we take it, man. If we take it, man. For you if we take it, man. But you want Apple A, you want Apple Da. We can be calling Pule, Jado Ipuna. But you that could do push it to you like Mugu. She was sure to be a free anything you do. But hey, you like say you got papa. She tell you say she lele, she got dada. You don't get mula, you say you for dada. You don't get money, you say you for dada. No mula, you want Gucci and Prada. No mula, you want Hawaii, Tewa. Bam, bam, kilo, bam, bam. Kilo, kilo, bam, bam. Oh, bam, bam, kilo, bam, bam. Say, hule, 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 hule. Hule, she acting jealous, hule, Mary. I say, hule, 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 hule. Hule, why you acting jealous, hule, Mary? Who am I pick up and then she man killer? She now go, she said she love a filler. She really love a star the way I beat taba. The way I beat taba, she go on in a street taba. Hey, oh, you want this, you want that. You want to eat shop, but you know I'm better man. Where I put this, you are even to the fella. Your killer never start, she never a capella. See, I see, that I want a mela. She never a capoco. She never wear a filler in a chocho. Hey, she never a capoco. She never wear a filler in a chocho. Kilo, kilo, bam, bam. Wata, kilo, bam, bam. Yeah, say kilo, bam, bam. Wata, kilo, bam, bam. Yeah, bam, bam, kilo, bam, bam. Kilo, bam, bam. Oh, bam, bam, kilo, bam, bam. Say you don't get mula, you say you for that. You don't get money, you say you for that. No mula, you want Gucci and Prada. No mula, you want Gucci and Prada. Oh, bam, bam, oh, bam, bam.
Oh, body, see what you carry. No money, any money. Make a body come out. Give it to me sharply. Don't say for me, oh. Tie down, mommy, oh. I could do this all night long. Don't carry me the go, carry overload, take it in the end of you. Don't carry me the go, carry overload, take it in the end of you. I see what you do. You put your body into it. I love the way you move it, oh. I can feel the vibration of your body moving. You put your body into it. I can see what you're doing, oh. Carry me the go, carry overload, take it in the end of you. Carry me the go, carry overload, take it in the end of you. Jo farida jo, pere moniko jo, moniko jo, konika soro. Jo farida jo, pere moniko jo, moniko jo, konika soro. O balancito, o bonito futo, o balancito, moniko jo, monika soro. O balancito, o jo fumito. Ojo, moniko, carry me the go, carry overload, take it in the end of you. Carry me the go, carry overload, take it in the end of you.
Continental, King Pipe on this. You got them way like a party. Continental and we have to make no dance for the party. Take you up to sing along. Yeah. But you want them pay for the party. Yeah. Continental and we have to make no dance for the party. Take you up to sing along.
Murder, oh baby murder. That's what you do to me. You murder me. Oh baby murder, oh baby murder. That's what you do to me. Baby you murder me.
Open the door, girl. Girl like me, make me know, oh girl. Make your feelings be sure, cause now you dey my side. Your back's
side, make me show girl. You ain't it on the floor. You no go ever leave you for road. Like the go on, be a broke. I pretty girl, let me touch you again. Did it turn on your body moving sane? And everything in your life is you, girl. Give your good time, so let you bring it back one time. Pretty girl, let me touch you again. Did it turn on your body moving sane? And everything in your life is you, girl. That's why we tell you, girl. Say murder, oh baby, murder. That's what you do to me. Yeah, you murder me. Oh baby, murder, oh baby, murder. That's what you do to me. Baby, you murder me. You got them way like a party. Can't tell them that you play bang bang. We have to make you no dance with the party. Make you up to see a girl and I come your lad and I come your place. Say your mama and your sister no complain. Tell me what you want, baby, it's another day. See you baby, rain, go away. Me I wanna play with you all day. Come to my yard, make I give you that taste. You let a boy and then I'm gonna love you. And the body that is over the body. Murder, oh baby, murder. That's what you do to me. Yeah, you murder me. Oh baby, murder, oh baby, murder. That's what you do to me. Baby, you murder me. You cry for me. You got them way like a party. Can't tell them that you play bang bang. We have to make you no dance with the party. Make you up to see a girl and we are the man them play for the party. Can't tell them that you play for the party. We have to make you no dance with the party. Make you up to see a girl and pretty girl, let me touch you again. It's STG. Let a boy and pretty girl, let me touch you again. Ay. Mr. Kotale, number one.
Sky Radio. It is Sky, the feel-good station. Non-stop music. Sky Radio.
Me I know they do gra, I know they get right now. I know they do gra, I know they get right. You know one walk, you want to chop, you know one stride, you want to flex, so you must stop before you be boss, so you know one suffer, you want enjoy, you. Right now me I'm chilling in my chulo, God knows say I want to be right. If you try to mess with me, I look the other way. But if you fuck up, you will never get away. Right now I know they do gra, I know they get I see me, I know they do gra, I know they get everything is popping up to my side. That's why the people I stay true for my side. I can't shoot as a great because for my side. Me had a fail every day with all of my guys. I say thank you, food. Guessing with the talk, don't chop better food. Back in all the days, them call me a fool. See me today, they say, oh my God, I'm grateful. It's true, say me, I know they do gra, I know they get right now I can do gra, I know they get I say you don't want walk, you want to jump up, you don't want drive, you want to fly, so it's where they worry you do for your body. Person where they pain, I like to complain. You don't want walk, you said you could be good. You just the not to fall from heaven, that's where they carry last, they complain. See where they worry you do for your body. Do gra, I know they get that's why I know they do gra, I know they get come now, sing, say. If life give you pain, please pop champagne, oh. Don't give a damn, don't you complain, oh. See these people, the man you say, oh. If life give you pain, please pop champagne, oh. Don't give a damn, don't you complain, oh. See these people, the man you say, oh. Me I tell them, me I see, oh God, tell me you, ain't nobody for my side. Me I look my left, my right, I see nobody for my side. Just like don't complain, you just figure it as light. Say be ready for the rainy day, only God they my side. I know they do gra, I know they get right now. I know they do gra, I know they get right. You know how much you want to try.
talk. You know one strike, you want to flex. So you mind yourself before you be boss. You know one suffer, you want to enjoy. Right now me, I'm chilling in my kilo way. Everybody listen to your people from that day. If you try to mess with me, I look the other way. But if you fuck up, you will never get a rip. Right now, I'm not
Nzene sitene mazamu dunia tene mazamu tenkozesa bintu bichamu segu ya mwanadamu kubaba muli bachamu muli bachamu nzendi bukubera nice oyagala opportunity kuweka chinsi wanodole ngulira chai owa matanga kuliko n'amajani waliwo banchunya mu biri ebisibu nga baagala ngweve mu mirimu basiri wana utope wamatubale 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 kubakati yefe baliko yefe valiyu yefe simbo nomatubandi singo wande nja kubeera dabo awa midule sidi sigino chusa sikube munju if you are never dona itamanju bali tubalike badde mujuju fe tulye mbona soga na nsuju tukowe vasi nga ziri mubire fata mwana mola boy tuvimbe wamatubale 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 Mr. DJ
Yawaira nyalo chandi kendo hera nyalo sandi kichungu marach yawa kichungu marach sami yudo pesilo